also think that triceratops on a regular basis is not really sustainable.
It also is really hard because they're so girthy. As a one horse girl to another, you would be walking funny at the end of that.
Hello. I did something that was financially maybe a bit stupid, but you know what? No regrets. On February 11th of this year, 2025, Carrie Taylor Auctions, which is one of the preeminent fashion textile auction houses in England, had an auction that honestly, when it was announced, the shock waves that went through the dress history community and the costuming community, especially the Regency reenacting community, was a lot. And that's because Christina Barretto and her husband decided that they no longer wanted to collect historic clothes. They no longer wanted to be involved, I guess, really in the reenactment world. So they decided to sell off their entire collection. And this collection was so impressive that it's been shown in exhibitions several times. It has a beautiful book that goes with it. It's not every day that this amazing piece of Regency and late 18th century clothing collection goes up for grabs, right? So I begged Jimmy for budgetary approval, and hello, my lovey. And so I was given basically here's your budget, do what you can. When I applied for approval to bid, because with Carrie Taylor Auction, you have to basically prove that you're not full of shit. And then they basically also gave me a budget. They were like, this is the max that you can bid. And I think they told me something like 10,000 pounds, and I was like, I think I literally wrote, thank you for that. Definitely don't plan on spending that much money, but I appreciate you all thinking that I can afford that. Anyways, I got the approval. We were set to go, right? Day of the auction happens. The first lot, it's a 1790s printed cotton gown. It was honestly something that I was like, oh, well, maybe I could bid on this. I don't know, we'll see. 39,000 pounds. I was watching this live because with Carrie Taylor Auctions, they also have a live stream of Carrie who's doing the bidding. And I'm also on my WhatsApp chat group with my friends. And it's the fucking Super Bowl for nerds level of just did you see that? Did you see that? Oh my God, who's gonna get this? Who's gonna get this? Oh my God, this is crazy. This is crazy. Are you look at that number? Oh my God, 39,000 for a printed cotton gown. What the fuck? And it was you could feel the shock spread out amongst everyone because we all realized, oh, it's a bloodbath. Oh, this is serious. And that's how I managed to get my first piece. So the first piece that I won at auction was literally the second lot. I had no real plans on bidding on it, but I think because everyone was so shocked by how high the first lot went for, no one was bidding on lot 2. I decided, I was like, well, fuck it. It's only listed, I think it was I bid on it for 500 pounds. And I was like, that's a 1790s jacket with 1770s fabric. That's absolutely worth 500 pounds. Sure, why not? And then I won, which was crazy. Christina told me later, I actually got that jacket for cheaper than what she paid for it, so that was a win. Turns out that jacket, that 1790s jacket, was also something that Marlena, who works for Bernadette, wanted to study. And so I was like, cool, this is a little bit of flash forward, but when it came to shipping everything, I could either have paid Carrie Taylor to ship it and it was kind of expensive, or Bernadette and Marlena could ship it to me for a little bit less, and then that also gave them some time to look at it. So I had them actually go and pick up my items that I won, so that way they could study them and have a little looky-loo. And then I was like, hey, you guys should I don't know, vlog it.
Well, I can read that.
Nancy!
Hi, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're here to pick up for Abby Cox.
Yes.
Woo! We got bags, we got loafs. Whee!
Carrying these two shopping bags feels kind of wrong, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Where should you go shopping? Well, just hottest.
Just Carrie Taylor Auction.
Carrie Taylor Auction.
Hello and welcome to Bernadette's studio. This is Bernadette. I am Marley the Gremlin who lives in Bernadette's studio, and also I traded my voice to a magical sea witch, and in return she gave me this box. And now we're gonna put things in that giant box, aren't we?
Yeah.
Woo! We can't see you at all. The lighting's awful on this. Wow, I'm a great camera person. You're welcome, Abby.
We have one beautiful glass, 2, 3. I gotta cut the box down. Yeah, we gotta cut box down. We're on the floor now. We've cut down box. Box is smaller. She's ready to go. Just know the things that these gowns have seen.
Hey, okay, so 2 things in this ad integration. 1, I have some news to share with you. 2, I'm gonna talk to you about the sponsor because it's all related. First things first, this video is sponsored by Birch Mattress. You guys know I love Birch Mattress. I have worked with them for 5 years now. They are a natural mattress company. They make gorgeous mattresses out of natural wool, cotton, and latex, American-made steel. They are Green Dot certified, Ecotech certified, and there is, most importantly, no fiberglass in these mattresses. I hate fiberglass. Have you ever seen those TikToks about like people who like, take the cover off of their like fiberglass mattress and it's just like a nightmare fuel? Yeah, no, not this one, baby. Not this mattress. Griff also really loves this mattress, just by the way. Hi, yeah, I'm breaking the news. We've moved. Don't worry, like everyone is like, oh my God, you and Nicole. No. I am much closer to Nicole. The first thing we moved into this house was our Birch mattress. We manhandled this king size mattress out of our old house and got it into this house, including going down a flight of stairs. And it's been the best decision because no matter how busy I've been going back and forth between the different houses, painting, cleaning, organizing, packing, unpacking, having a good night's sleep has been so important. Really quickly, I'm gonna interrupt my ad for my ad to let you all know that I have been informed that not only is March Women's History Month, but it's also Sleep Awareness Month, which is honestly like having like Women's History Month and like Sleep Awareness Month like going hand in hand. It's kind of like iconic. I relate to that a great deal. But that sleep is really important to your health, especially in my case, that, you know, sleep is really good at like helping restore and repair my body because she's getting a workout right now, guys. Like, Birch just want to let you all know that it's Sleep Awareness Month, and so prioritizing your sleep is important. I love you too. Basically, we've been able to relax in this home almost immediately because we have the Birch mattress, and so we're able to get a good night's sleep and a normal night's sleep. Jim. Hi. They are offering a March Madness sale right now where you will get 20% off your order, which is nothing to sneeze at. You can scan the QR code or just use my code Abby Cox in the link in the description below. They also do offer free shipping for all US customers, a 90-day sleep trial to make sure that you like the mattress setup and takeaway services if that is something that you need. Again, I love Birch Mattress. It is my actual mattress. If you don't believe me, no cuts, MJ. All right, Griff. Oh, hold on. We gotta hold on. Okay, you're ruining the reveal, my man. This isn't okay. We're going in. See, Birch Luxe with dog hair for proof of use, including me and my dogs. So with that, a huge thank you to Birch for sponsoring this video and making sure that despite everything, I do get a good night's sleep. And with that, let's get back to some unboxing, shall we?
It's her. This was the second thing, the one that everybody was in shock over the first, and then you just pounced on this.
I want to know what on earth went down there.
You can see, I'm like, ooh.
Remake? Yeah, it's a remake.
I recognize
So
those
you know
stitch
how I like
lines.
that. Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, there's the back piece. Like, they let it out.
We took some really very expensive, beautiful silk, and because the piecing on this is...
Because this is also very like 1770s, 1780s silk. Like, and it's clearly been remade for the 1790s.
I love that this isn't lined so I can see how
I
it's
know.
woven.
Yeah, the floats are
happy.
visible. It's kind of crazy. Also, I don't think you
a lot.
guys have noticed how good this thing is pieced because
No,
I
I've
was
noticed.
staring at that earlier.
Yeah, I've
The
noticed.
sleeves are pieced and oh my
they're
god,
fabulous. The fact that it's right here and you can see it's stitching line. I mean, like it's well made, but also I don't see quite as much care in the stitching as I've seen. They were just like, make this thing.
There's one place where it's really carefully done that I was surprised to see. And like the fact that it is transitional in that like how the sleeves are set in, they're done in the transitional way where they're back stitched from the inside versus top stitched from the outside. The other thing is too, is the arm's eyes are finished. Where, you know, usually things are raw.
Yeah.
But no, they're completely encased.
So it's like they made interesting decisions.
Yeah, they made some really quality decisions.
Yeah. But also it does, I do have to remember what you taught me in 2016.
No princess stitching?
Well, that too, but bigger stitches on silk
Yeah.
than on cotton
Yeah.
garments. I learned so much from you.
Did you?
That interesting summer.
I love you too. I think what's also really nice about this is that they completely finished the edge here. Mm-hmm. It's completely finished, which sometimes those are just left raw, and then they just applied the ruffle over top, like after the fact for the decoration.
Yeah, we've turned it up.
It's a
here in the
beautiful
front.
example of like remaking something
Yes.
10 or 20 years old to make it work for the 90s.
I mean, you wouldn't just throw away
No,
a fabric
no, no,
like this.
no.
This actually makes me feel better about some of the ones that I've made like this with the lapped back and side seams. Cause
Wait, is this what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just gonna ask about that.
yeah, because I've
Well, I
done
thought it
a
was
few of mine
interesting
like
because it's
that.
not spaced. It's just like a
Yeah,
back
it's just a
stitch.
back stitch.
I'm not.
Justification for my sewing decisions.
It's 14 stitches to the inch.
Ooh, on silk too.
Yeah, it's really
Like,
nice. The hemming's
beautiful.
about like probably anywhere between like 8 to 10, 6 to 8 stitches to the inch. Also, look at this stitching that I never noticed. And this has been left
Oh, the very
in.
thick stitching.
Yeah, the very thick stitching.
What was attached to that?
That looks like a skirt was attached.
Yeah,
This
it was
is
a
a
dress.
whole thing. It's not just a Spencer.
I think it was originally a dress. And
Yeah.
then they did this.
Where does
yeah.
the stitching
Oh my god!
I
it
bet
goes
this
all the
skirt
way
got
over.
ruined. I bet the skirt got ruined.
Yeah, that is a fun discovery. Yeah, it goes all the way.
My question is also, was this actually a part of it when it had the skirt attached, or was this added after they had to cut the skirt off because something happened to it?
My guess is that this was trim that was on the skirt. It would also make sense if this was a shorter sleeve and then they cut it off there and then added this on, because that's where the ghosting is. The scars are on the second half.
Yeah.
And so if these were like 3/4 length elbow sleeves
Yeah.
that had something else on them, and then they just took this out of the skirt, added those sleeve chunks on.
Oh, I just noticed that it's pieced here too.
Yeah.
It does
It's
just a
so
flawless
good.
job. It's
Yeah.
just a flawless piecing job.
Oh yeah.
This is like my favorite sleeve shape.
I also love how this like flares out.
Yeah.
This is my favorite.
Just a little flare to go over the wrist.
And you see this in early, and then you see it again late, which I think is interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting the things that cycle through.
I'm curious because this is obviously a different linen, and so these front pieces.
I think the front is completely different.
Either a hem or a pleat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only thing that the fabric is the original.
Yeah.
But I think the fronts and the bottom of the sleeves were taken out of the skirt. I think the ruffles likely were on the front of the skirt. And that would make sense for, again, late 70s.
Yeah, if this was...
This feels very late 70s. And that would be just the right amount of time where someone would pull it back out because it was their mom's.
Yeah.
Or they're like, I want to make something new, and I'm poor, and I have this fabric.
Yeah. This
If
very
you're-
expensive like Spitalfield silk.
If you're theorizing that this came from the bottom part of a skirt, and there's this either like a tuck or something was sewn here, and I can still see the marks, and there's a little bit of thread, that would support the theory of that's where something, there was something sewn there.
So that was the first lot. Second lot I won, I was super excited about, and that's lot number 23. This is another lot that I think didn't pull a lot of interest. People were really into bidding on printed cottons during this auction, and also like we had a few gowns go for like an insane amount of money. But this kind of simple, plain silk taffeta dress just didn't pull a lot of attention. And I think also a lot of people, including myself, didn't realize that when a garment was shown with accessories, those accessories were often included. And so with that lot, not only did I get the silk gown, but I got the cap, which is just one of the most incredible pieces of hand sewing I've ever seen in my entire life. It is stunning, it's beautiful, and it's like there's no one on this planet, and I don't say that lightly. There is no one on this planet who can make this cap. No one. We don't have the thread, we don't have the lace, we don't have the tools, we don't have the needles, we don't have the hand sewing skills. I don't care if you've worked for a couture house for 50 years. You don't have the ability. You don't, because you simply don't have the tools. I don't. Nicole did. Like, we looked at it, there's just no way. There's just no way. Feel free to challenge that and tag me in it. You don't.
Okay, first things first. This is not gonna look as impressive on camera, but this is seriously the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
It's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
It's massive.
That's what she said.
Oh my god, look at those teeny baby
What are we looking at?
gathers.
This is a cap.
It's a cap.
Is that hemmed?
That's roll hemmed.
Jesus Christ. It is, it's got a good like sizing, like it's stiff, which I imagine probably helped to get something that tiny.
And
That
these
is
are all pressed.
so delicate.
That's gathered, but then they pressed them into pleats.
Yeah, that's
And they
usually
angled them.
served
Look at how they
gathers.
angled these pleats.
This is gorgeous, but creating this would be my own personal hell.
Just that fiddly work, not into that fiddly work.
Correct.
Gosh, this lace though. Oh, you sweet beauty.
Oh, you're not even, guys.
The fabric too. Yeah, the
gathers.
labbits,
I sent photos of these gathers because they're insane.
So you can see there's actually a thread that goes through to keep it all together.
Trying to figure out what sort of iron they had to, like the tiniest
To get that.
Goffrain iron.
So this is like cartridge pleated kind of centrally to maintain that kind of rough figure shape
so
of the edge.
we've got it here where they did the stroked gather, and then we also, I can see the thread that runs through here to keep it all together. I swear I feel like there should be a seam there, but no, there's sure not. So they took those gathers and then they just did a
crazy
90-degree angle, just
like
to be like, I don't want him to go this way now.
This cap is crazy.
With that lot, not only did I get the cap, we got the shawl, which is also just the most stunning piece of embroidery with the gauziest muslin I've ever seen. It's tam-board embroidered, and they used metallic threads for the embroidery, and it's so delicate and fine, and it's so big. We don't think that it's actually 19th century like Regency. I think it's actually older. Like Nicole and I, we all kind of think it's older, but we did think it was really cool how they embroidered it too, because it's meant to be folded in half and like worn over the shoulders that way. It's not meant to be like worn in a square or a rectangle. And so we thought it would be a fun game for Maggie to test out.
Is this the shawl? Yes. And we have a challenge for you.
Okay.
How do you think the shawl was worn?
How it was worn?
Yeah, you can pull it out.
Is it a square? Yeah.
It's a square.
It's a square. Does it have a border all the way around? It does have a border all the way around. Well, for square, generally speaking, I would have folded it into a triangle, and then you could either wear it shawl, you could drape it.
Do you want to try folding it?
Could actually pin it. Is it a true square or no?
Try folding it.
In a triangle?
Yeah.
I think no one's correcting me when I just say triangle for funsies.
I'm sure someone in the comments will.
I'm sure.
It's triangle.
I know.
What are you talking about, Abby? Don't be silly.
That's the wrong corner. This is like folding a fitted sheet. So it's only got a border on, so it doesn't have a border on all four sides. It has a border on two sides? Two sides.
This fabric
There we go.
is so supple and thin and beautiful.
I love that it's not hemmed either.
It is also embroidered to be a triangle.
But you just have to make sure that you combine the right corners.
Yeah.
Don't just pick random
When I was
corners,
looking
guys.
at the image of the lot that this came in, they did not show it that way. They showed it as a rectangle. And so when Nicole and I like pulled this out, I was like, oh shit, it's supposed to be triangular. It's not supposed to be like rectangular, like a paisley shawl or anything.
Well, no, and this is not, first of all, this is not the size for that style of shawl. And second of all, it's almost like a giant kerchief.
We were kind of hypothesizing that this actually might be older.
Really? Mm-hmm. Would it have been this big?
1780s.
Yeah.
Like 90s, yeah.
I mean, that tambour embroidery is just so fine.
With metal too, there's metal threads on this.
I was gonna say, is this silver?
It's either silver or gold, yeah.
Gosh, can you imagine this brand new, just glittery and pretty? Oh yeah, I can definitely see at that point. For all the peeps at home, this is kind of what we're talking about. Can you give me that triangle? I'm gonna be so gentle. I'm gonna get yelled at. Actually,
No yelling on the internet.
Hey guys, here's my shoulders. I hope that's okay. This is what we're talking about. And then whoop, and then whoop. But you know, done 100% better than I'm doing it right now. Think like 1790s late.
I mean, and obviously you could still continue to wear it up through the Regency era.
yeah, you
But like,
just
could you
changes.
imagine?
I also love just how cheeseclothy this is,
Yeah.
and yet how fine the embroidery is. You're like, you used every hole in
Yeah,
this.
genuinely.
Like it is one stitch per hole.
And like perfect tension too.
Oh, it's insane.
I don't even want to think about that.
I would have loved to have watched the person embroidering this.
Yeah.
Do we think that this was a bespoke or kind of more of a, this isn't a milliner shop or a...
I think it was in a milliner shop. I think it was
Yeah.
imported from India.
Oh yeah, I definitely think it was made in India and imported probably in like 20 different colors.
Yeah, that's okay.
And it was expensive.
Yeah.
Word.
With the quality of
yeah.
this muslin, the metal threads, this was not cheap.
The metal threads alone.
I mean, and the fact that it was woven, because the border is woven in, like it was woven to be a kerchief,
Yes.
then cut, so it's woven in panels, cut, and then they chose to embroider from there. So it was a whole series of like manufacturers,
Yeah.
probably in India.
This is a beautiful piece that I agree, think it would very likely be earlier and then you could easily transition it.
I love the ingeniousness of this. Like, I know we're spending a lot of time on this, but
Yeah, when you saw
the fact
it,
that it was so like strategically embroidered to be purposely folded in half for triangular purposes, like that it is the tiniest tambour, and it has these precious those metal threads in it. Like, yeah, it's like the idea of what this would have looked like at night.
Oh, and the candlelight.
And candlelight.
Even just over like a plain satin gown.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, whether it was ivory or like that light pink
Or this beautiful like berry pink, like that raspberry color.
any of these
This
colors.
blue.
Any of these colors. Just
And
like a
they're
plain
still-
silk gown.
They're still so vivid too,
Yeah.
which is really striking to me.
Yeah,
is
this
how
has
vivid
no-
it is.
Yeah, there's like some tiny little spotting on this, and that's
even
it.
some of the gold threads, they're tarnished, but you can still see.
They're still glittering a little bit.
Yeah, there's still a touch of the glitter to it.
I wonder if it was two different metals because some of the top ones look lighter.
Yeah.
So like
could
if
be
it
a
was
mix of silver and gold.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I just love this thing.
This is one of those secret.
You didn't think it'd be that cool, but it's actually like really
Yeah, if you really think about the craftsmanship that went into this piece and the age of it too.
Yeah.
Like, I do agree. I think this is an older piece.
So what, 1780s, early 90s. So 300 years would be 1990s. So we're talking 330 years.
No big deal.
17, not 16.
Oh,
Because we're coming up on the 250th of the US.
got it.
So
Yes.
there you
So
go.
230 years.
Still a mention.
I can do math.
You're so pretty.
I'm very pretty. so pretty.
But the gown was amazing because the gown to me is just a perfect example of that transitional period where we're going from the 1790s really full in the front, that sort of pregnant look that we talked about last summer, and we're starting to transition into a smooth front of the 18 teens. And so this purple gown, the fact that it survived without getting altered heavily is crazy because that gown is like perfectly set up to get altered for like 18 teens and it never did. So we have like the longer sleeves, which are online, which is always really cool. Drawstrings in the front. It has the lining that you see in like the 1790s and the early 1800s. It has the slight fullness in the front. It's just a really beautiful example of transition. And honestly, that style of gown would fit so many bodies. It fits so many different body types. It works for a huge period of time. It's really easy to construct. It has its pocket slits still. Like, it's a great piece. The skirts, I think, are actually a little bit gored. I can't remember in the footage when we're unboxing it if I remember this or if I noticed this or not, but I'm pretty sure re-looking back at it, those skirts are ever so slightly gored. Ever so slightly gored. So they're not pure rectangles. They are starting to get shaped, which again kind of helps push it into that transitional period.
Oh, I see. Now we're putting out tissue paper on your cutting table.
This one I'm a little nervous.
I don't need your PhD in this house.
It was my master's,
PhD
actually.
in sassery.
Which one?
The FIT one.
Is that
The one I
number
did partially in
15 or-
conservation.
I like how the number keeps
Number
changing.
12 and a half, actually.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it changes every time.
489.
Except there's still always like for some reason like a 15 in it.
Yeah.
Earlier like 15,000.
She likes that.
I like that number.
I'm not gonna begrudge her that.
We'll just begrudge her for
She
many
only
other
gets
things.
mildly embarrassed whenever I say it in front of new people. But like the joke started on the channel, so she can't get that embarrassed.
You did this to yourself.
Yeah. Okay, so this dress is definitely like transitional.
Yes, I could tell you that immediately.
And I love her.
She's beautiful.
So-
I'm scared to touch her.
No, she's fine.
No, it's
The silk.
Yeah.
Do you want nitrile?
screw
How
it.
about you go wash off and put on this one?
Yeah, you go wash off, put off those gloves.
All right, moms.
These are tubes.
Yeah, that's real sexy. And I see they maybe didn't used to be tubes.
I don't know if that's stitching or what, but this is awesome because this is how they get them fitted. Is these cute little boutons at the wrist, so then you get the cute little handcuff. But what I love about this, because we talk about this, is these sleeves are so big. Like they're so roomy. I have no idea what the measurements are. I don't think I measured anything other than like Nicole and I like clocked the sleeves immediately.
This is like your ideal sleeve construction.
Yeah, that's what's like really cool about this one is that it has its under bodice and it's matching silk. If you guys go back and watch my remaking my 1770s dress into a 1790s dress, usually with 1790s you have a fitted under bodice to kind of hold everything in place. And usually when I've done it, I've only ever just done them out of plain linen, but this one actually is finished, so it's silk, so which is smart because that way if you see anything, it matches.
7.5 plus 8 times 2.
Okay, so 16 plus 15 is 31?
What?
7.5 plus 8 times 2.
Girl, I'm in accounting and I can't do math.
Hey, Nicole, 7.5 plus 8 times 2.
7.5 plus 8 times 2?
The times 2 is at the end.
15.5, 31.
You can leave. Sorry, getting distracted by
The cord.
the cord.
Yeah. It's so cute. Like, and it's just there for vibes. It just comes around for vibes. Also, this is ingenious. It has the drawstring around the neck, but it is pre-gathered here. It has some adjustability. It's detached here.
Oh.
But then this is smoothed. So it literally has smooth shoulders, gathered in the front, gathered in the back.
You have, so
your shoulders are completely fitted.
This pretty little.
So yeah, like this is just, this is so well done. It's like the perfect transitional Regency dress. Because we were also talking about how easy it would be to update this to like 18 teens with like the smooth front.
There's so much fabric.
And that
on
like it would fit so many bodies because of like how big the sleeves are and like how roomy the sleeves are. Because the sleeves are just tubes. There's no
With the
shaping.
band.
Yeah, with the band that buttons over.
This also has gores on the side too. Hold on.
No, that's not gores. This is center
Yeah,
front.
I was gonna say that's what?
That's center front panel.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry.
That's a choice.
What? So we were essentially just utilizing every bit of fabric we could.
This is how I would do it.
Why?
Well, you could do the center front like this, but the problem is sometimes when you do that, you see the seam, right? And all of a sudden you become like dress vagina.
The other choice is to put a wider piece of fabric at center front.
Okay, but also you
creates
don't
the same
always have
problem.
wider fabric because
Yeah.
it's silk. So, but like this, you need to like piece it, and so this creates a center point, and this won't be as visible because it's gonna be hidden in the gathers.
So yeah, it's not that.
No, this is how I would have
yeah.
if I was given this is actually how I would have done it.
Yeah.
But also that type of gathering with these extra seams would
Pain in the ass.
be a pain in the ass. So hiding it in the drawstring.
Each piece, it's not that there was a gore, it's just a weird shaped piece because this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece are all different widths.
And it's all selvage, it's all straight. So yeah, this just indicates more and more that it's late 90s, early 1800s.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is also a lot earlier than I think people realized.
I mean, it could go, in my humble, unsolicited opinion, as late as 5.
It could go as late as 5.
5 AD, to be
5
clear.
AD. 1805.
Cleopatra wore this.
Yeah, it was,
while riding a dinosaur.
it was Catherine Medici's.
Yes, it was.
Whatever.
It was Catherine de Medici's corset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is it right here.
This is her
But
corset.
there's no iron in it.
No, and that's because Cleopatra and her were lovers, and they rode T-Rexes together.
I couldn't keep it straight.
Was it T-Rexes or was it Triceratops?
Okay, so they went through a Triceratops phase, but then they realized that while the Triceratops has better protective measures in the front, that the height of the T-Rex and the hammies of the T-Rex meant that they could go faster further.
And it was probably more imposing because it was taller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, granted, like, while the Triceratops has, like, you know, the front thing and, like, the horns and whatever, and, like, and the T-Rex has, like, the tiny arms.
Triceratops are better for military parades.
Yes.
Yeah. I
But
can see that,
T-Rex
yeah.
in battle, one, you got chompies, right?
the height.
And then you
There's
also
always
could
the high ground.
kick.
Yeah.
And then if you had...
Am I the one that can keep a straight
breaking
face?
Kenna right now. Yeah, you and I are... I don't know what's wrong with
serious
her.
historical discussion.
Yeah, and so that's
to
actually
be.
why they wore the steel corsets.
Yeah, to protect.
Yeah, that was their battle armor.
Yeah.
And then they would wield their spears around. Now, did you know that Catherine de Medici actually enjoyed wielding a battle spear, but Cleopatra preferred the bullwhip? That's why in Indiana Jones he has the bullwhip.
Yeah, he got that from Cleopatra's tomb.
Yeah, he got that from
makes
Cleopatra's
sense.
tomb.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I also think that Triceratops on a regular basis is not really sustainable.
It also is really hard because they're so girthy. Like, as a one-horse girl to another, like, you know, you would be walking funny at the end of that.
Yeah, it's like
where
the
if you're
difference-
sitting around the neck of a T-Rex, I feel like it's more like riding a horse.
Yeah,
right?
your legs can actually do
so
that.
you can actually get a better grip. And they did actually ride astride. In the dinosaurs, they didn't ride aside.
You can't ride side saddle on a
No.
dinosaur.
Now maybe that's why they started actually riding aside. It was because that you probably
because the Triceratops is too wide.
Triceratops is too wide. It's easier to ride aside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Anyways, this has been it for history with Abby. Signing off here with your absolutely 100% history facts. Drop out, call me.
I solved your labyrinth, puzzle master. The Minotaurs escaped, and you're gonna get the horns, buddy.
I want to see, I wonder if that's a later repair. I feel like this is a great example of what I'm talking about. You want to reinforce that bad boy right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
they
definitely
did
it.
that.
It's conservation
That's a
repair.
conservation
Yeah.
repair.
I can't tell
Probably.
underneath if there was a buttonhole stitch or some kind of like stitching reinforcement.
No, there wasn't. That's when at least when I looked at it earlier, there wasn't. Therefore, that's why it split.
I want to point out that the stitching on the hem of this would have denied me a raise as an apprentice.
Amazing. Yeah, it's ugly and
I would have been
beige.
told
Bam,
that
bam,
my
bam.
stitching's not good enough. Because
See,
I've
this
done
one's
better
not
and was told it wasn't
finished.
good enough.
But also that it's ties and not pins.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And it's finished.
I love that.
Why are they, well, that's a stupid question. I know why they're so long. Adjustability.
Also, like, can we just discuss how beautifully stitched these running stitches are and the whips here to finish the inside? Also, these sleeves are completely unlined. So this is also nice too because this also shows that it was absolutely, the lining was fit first and then you apply the silk over top because you can see where the
It went
silk has
through.
been stitched through the lining, and like this lining absolutely had to be done first.
And I assure you, doing that seems backwards and taking more time. It's just much smarter to do it that way. You're gonna be angry if you don't.
Yeah, when I started looking at this, I was like, first off, this is like the most perfect, like early Regency, late 90s, early 1800s, do all, can be all, to all people dress. But also it
quintessential.
just validated. I was like, yeah.
I'm actually quite surprised it's not been remade. It is such an austere, simple gown though, which I think is very interesting.
That's what I love about it. I love that it's a simple silk day dress. Oh, I forgot this. Oh, she has a pocket slit.
Of course she has a pocket slit.
She got pocket slit.
It doesn't have to be the apron front to have a pocket slit. You can do a pocket slit in a seam.
Yep.
Because, hey, spoiler alert, just because the waist went up doesn't mean they got rid of pockets. They just changed a little bit. I just love seeing the transition of like methods. Like I love a true transitional gown.
And then my final lot was lot 86. So not only was I looking for really good examples of like classic gown construction, nothing too weird, nothing too over the top, nothing too fancy, like a good example of the average day-to-day garment, but I was also looking for things that we don't necessarily have answers to. We think we have answers to, but we're not 100% sure. There was this one muslin gown. It was 18 teens day dress, cotton muslin with beautiful crewel work embroidery. And that one surprisingly didn't go for as much as I thought it would, but I ended up winning that muslin gown because I was like, okay, well, this is a really cool example of day wear, morning gowns, things like that. Because, you know, usually when you see Regency, people do the lower necks, they fill it out with chemisettes. Like, it's like, okay, well, let's see how did they do this? Like unlined, beautiful, thin sheer muslin gown with a high-necked collar. What I found out when I was talking to Christina, that apparently is the first gown she ever purchased for her collection, which is pretty cool. So I feel really honored that I was able to get something that kind of started it all. It's like a full circle almost sort of moment for me to have that gown.
We were not able to get our mitts on the one high-necked gown, but we
I got this one, baby, with the sleeves. And honestly, I really wanted the Marmalade sleeves.
Oh, that white work. Oh my gosh,
So good.
I am a slut for hand done.
So good.
Hand done embroidery long glaze, like a slut for it. It's so beautiful. That not a blanket stitch. They use a buttonhole stitch.
Someone in the comments who's an embroiderer right now is telling us. And thank you.
It's either blanket stitch or buttonhole. It's one of the two. Like,
And I
those
never
are your-
remember.
Buttonhole stitch has the knot.
Yeah, buttonhole stitch.
These are usually buttonhole stitches because then you can cut it clean and it holds. Where blanket stitches are just like the imagination of what a buttonhole stitch would
there's
do.
kind of a loop. It's a buttonhole stitch for someone that doesn't know how to do a buttonhole stitch.
Yeah.
That's me. I don't. I'm bad at it.
Go watch my video.
I've watched it 100 times.
I think
It's like
everyone
trying to teach me how to
no, I was
drive
gonna
a
let you
stick
keep
shift.
that.
I can't do it. These sleeves.
I know this. She's teeny weeny.
She is
She's
whittle.
twee.
This trim alone.
Oh, this one's so good. This is a high-necked gown, and it has the Marmaluke sleeves.
Oh, yeah.
And it also has a tiny pocket.
Where?
I'm sorry, what?
It has a watch pocket.
Stop it.
In the waist. I think you can find it in the front because this is the back, obviously. But there it is.
Oh my god.
Stop it. On a muslin gown.
I know,
too.
right? She was a practical queen. But now what I love about this though is that it could be purchased and then the way it's attached to the hem is just stitched on. So you can at least do like something here and then put the embroidery on glaze like for the hem because that's all they did.
This is an ideal white work muslin gown. That's
Look at how these
later.
sleeves are done.
Yeah,
Bonkers.
this is, and I'm sure I'm gonna get corrected, but from my education, research, and knowledge, this is definitely a later.
Yeah, I would say so.
A later.
It's also smooth in the front.
It feels very merging towards
Yeah, it's
the
smooth in the
20s.
front.
Like it feels
This sleeve
end
style.
of teens in transitioning towards the 20s.
Yeah.
It's heavy down here. The proportions appear that it was not terribly long. There's obviously no train. This sleeve style down here. It can be tricky because things came and went, but also the height of that bodice, itty bitty. 9, 10, and 11 weirdly low, like almost back to the natural waist. But then you start getting a little later into the teens and it went, yeah. Gosh, these sleeves, I love this style. Okay, so, and one thing that I love too is seeing the cording used to do this.
Yeah, because it's fucking weird how they did this. It's really smart.
Can someone explain this to me? What's happening here?
It looks like either they did the gathers and they stitched it to the cord, or these are separate pieces. It's really hard to tell. No, they're not separate pieces. So there is a drawstring channel here.
Yeah, you can see the loop.
Yeah.
That's the loop.
Oh, that's part of the cording? Okay, so it was,
Oh, it sure is. It wasn't a separate piece sewn on.
Yeah.
Just
So
might as
basically it's
well.
one long piece and they
Yeah.
ran the cord and then they gathered it and then they just stitched it together on the back
So that it stayed.
at once.
Because you could, I mean, you could gather it and just let it move how it wanted, but they wanted
There's
to.
just so many little stitches there, and I can't keep track of them.
No.
They almost treated it like a stroked gather, which is funny because they would just do each of the hills, I guess you would say.
Yeah, they just, I think,
Yeah, and they just stitched it
if I remember
down.
looking at it, it was just like a running stitch channel, and then it just kind of up.
And then they were like, I want the gathers to stay exactly like that, so we're gonna stitch it down. I've seen similar work done in like later teens, like in bodices. And it's
Yeah.
really beautiful. Like up here, like in the shoulder
Oh,
seams.
nice, yeah.
I've also seen it done in the hem, which is top notch.
Abby and I were also saying how great this is for reproduction because if you have like moderately okay modern lace, it's going on your hem where no one should be that close and on your sleeves but under a ruffle.
The very concept of putting hand-done embroidery on glaze underneath a plain ruffle.
Well, that was all they had. That was
And now today we're like, the
not?
audacity.
Why not, Kenna?
You're hiding all of that beautiful handwork.
But it's just a little peeky peek. So that way if you're elegantly holding your hand a certain way, reaching for tea, you'll see the little peeky peek.
Are you
Just a cheeky
seducing
little
me?
peeky.
I am. Look at my wrist.
I'm about to geek out about something so hard right now.
Okay.
This side of the sleeve opening right here is the selvage. Teeny tiny, beautiful, perfect little selvage. So here's the selvage. And they just
yeah.
left this raw. They didn't bother
So
doing
funny.
like
They didn't
a
even fold
felled
the
seam.
selvage back up over it.
Oh, cool. This gratifies me so much, is that we are still this late doing skirts from the top. Well, I mean, think about it.
Yeah,
that's where all the
done.
work is. That's done. This is just the easiest way to do it, if I'm honest. This is what I tell people when they're like, oh my gosh, you hand sew your stuff if it's of a certain era. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. They did it like that for a reason. That was how they were made. It's just easier to just do it that way because trying to adjust it for a sewing machine just makes your life harder.
You'll curse a lot more and you'll take it apart a lot more.
A lot more.
And it'll be harder to take it apart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This is a really nice muslin too.
It is. It's a beautiful muslin.
And it almost feels like it has a little bit of sizing in it.
This is why this is like such a sleeper. Like
It is, yeah.
Like, oh, it's so plain and simple. No, it is
No.
masterfully done, but
Yeah.
in a way that is very reproducible and very forgiving for fitting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the one place you can't fit on yourself easily is the back, and guess what?
You don't have
It's
to.
on a drawstring.
Yeah, and like you have a little bit of gathering, just a scotch.
Yeah, they
are
are
divided.
wide. They're wide apart.
They are looking two different directions.
There's a lot of use of selvage in seams on this. So I'm interested, one, to know about how wide this material was, and two, how they laid it out to cut it.
I don't know if we're going to be able to tell that or not. We
I
might.
will.
let Nicole at it.
Okay.
Because I can't tell if the neck up here. I can't tell if this is a selvage. It looks like it was turned under.
Like, that's two selvages right there.
When I pull a pattern,
that's
I will
the
be marking
board.
all of that, and
Oh,
then
it
I
is?
lay everything out,
Word.
and I can move stuff
That's
around.
like where I'm
really
like,
super
if
easy.
maybe
Should we
we
look at the
can. If no, you don't have to. The front panel selvage.
Yeah,
The-
that's what I mean. We'll be able
the
to lay it
skirt?
out really
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, okay. There is a time and a place to do teeny tiny back stitches on cotton, and you can do it on cotton more easily than you can do it on silk because you don't want to pierce your silk too much. Do you know where I learned that from?
And it was a lot of fun going through everything with Maggie, who knows Christina. She went to Malmaison and did like Regency reenacting. She's had Christina sign the book. I was expecting her to get more emotional than she actually did. Did not expect to make Kenna cry, though that's not really a fair assessment because Kenna cried for very different reasons. It's for those of you who've been waiting almost a year, I'm sorry it took this long. It was a lot of footage for MJ to go through. Thanks for being patient, but I hope it has made for an excellent comfort watch. If you want to see basically very long, like over an hour and a half long cut of us unboxing this, like with all the nitty gritty, like all of the like side conversations, like, you know, not cut for YouTube, the extended cut will be on Nebula. and also on my Patreon. It's also gonna be available for my YouTube members too. But yeah, that's how I managed to score almost an entire wardrobe worthy of Jane Austen. Not trying to go for the most wham bam, shock and awe garments, but really trying to find subtler pieces that were being overlooked, but what I could see had potential. And frankly, I think I did pretty good. So with that, if you wanna watch the whole thing, again, Nebula, Patreon, YouTube members. That's cool. It's gonna be like an hour and a half long. I hope you're ready. Also, I hope you enjoy some excellent yes-anding. If anyone here works for Dropout, you should watch that. And with that, I want to thank you guys again for your patience and for tuning in. And with that, I'm going to sign off. Love you. Goodbye.